welcome to Alice's studio. Today I'm going to do something different than most videos I do, and it's going to be, I think, the beginning of a new series. The first in this series is Lisa Cimorelli. And it's gonna be basically people's story. People I find inspiring or interesting because honestly their story deserves to get more attention, deserves to be told, and I think if people knew more about them, they'd find out they're really cool people or really interesting people. So I normally cover movies and stuff, and this is actually more towards music than entertainment. She's in a band.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Danny.
And we're Cimorelli.
I discovered them recently and I fell in love with their music, and I think they're a pop band, technically. They do a variety of styles, but anyway, they're an acoustic a cappella vibe called Cimorelli, and they're a group of sisters who make music together. Lisa is not only an extremely talented but she's also really funny. Like, she has an amazing sense of humor. She has a charming and endearing personality that she has self-describes as iconic.
To this day, I love my personality. I think that it's iconic.
But it's also how much she's been through.
Gosh, I didn't even really say goodbye. Like, what if he dies in there? What if that's the last time I saw him?
So this is not her whole entire life story. I don't know it all. I've actually only really discovered her a couple weeks ago. Started listening to their music. I'm catching up on a lot. They've been a band for over 10 years, so to say I know everything about them would be incorrect. I did do some insane amount of research trying to just find out what I missed out on, but this is just mainly focused on her amazing voice, her iconic personality, and her sense of humor. Talk about how being a mom has changed her and her perspective on life in general, and also her own personal struggles. So let's dive into the story of Lisa Cimorelli. She is the third daughter of the Cimorelli family. There's 11 kids. Her iconic personality. She really does. She's hilarious. I guess what really gives her her iconic sense of humor, she's not scared to make fun of herself.
That I say this, I don't even think it, and sometimes when I'm like alone, you know, and something really big happens, I say, holy Sharknado. Why would I ever say that?
God, I don't
and every
know.
time I say it, I go, ew, no, but I say it out loud, I can't stop myself. Holy Sharknado. This is stupid. This isn't cute. I'm not like, I'm wearing this cool hood. It's like, wow. We sometimes have a fear of ugly pictures. You can prevent this by proactively posting uglier pictures, okay? So every day or once a week, just take that phone, lower the angle. We'll get people used to seeing
Unflattering
a
your
much
ugly
less
face.
flattering version of you. So then, if someone posts a picture of you that's just a slightly weird angle, you're gonna look stunning. You're gonna look
I love
so
that.
good. It's all about lowering people's expectations.
Really roast other people. She can be really brutally honest.
And this serum will save you from jerks and creeps and garbage bags. It's called standards and self-respect. And you put that in your soul, okay? And you will not have any more jerk problems, okay? It's Friday night and he's texting you, oh, it's 2 in the morning. You should come over. Do you think I'm dumb? You drink this syrup and you go to bed.
She doesn't care, people think sometimes, and so she'll do things that people are like, oh my, you're in front of millions of people. How could you do that? How could you be so human, you know? I feel like a lot of people, especially in her niche, are the opposite. You know, it's all about like looking perfect all the time, and she doesn't aspire to that.
You take the pressure off and let go of what other people think of you and what other people say about you, then the happier and more confident you'll be.
So I think it's really inspiring and also very entertaining.
If I call you a purple cow, Just because I said it doesn't mean automatically you're a purple cow. So if somebody calls you ugly or stupid or dumb or whatever, just because they said that doesn't mean it's true. Just like if they said you're the president of the United States or you're an alien, that doesn't mean that you are. When my main motive was just to feel better about myself for me and how I look in God's eyes and how does my life actually feel, regardless of how it looks. Like
her facial expressions, you could have a whole montage on them. They are hilarious. And her reactions to things, she doesn't hide a whole bunch about how she's feeling. She's a total goofball, super confident person. She doesn't take herself too seriously, which is super refreshing because I think a lot of people just like need to be perfect all the time or think they need to be perfect all the time, and she doesn't, and is yet super loyal, generous, caring, and giving person. I guess if you think you can only be one type of person, if you only can be funny, if you only can be, brutally honest or caring or loyal, no, you can be them all. You don't have to be stuck in one thing. It's inspiring to me because I personally am more of a goofball and don't take myself too seriously. In my own family, it's really inspiring to see someone else who's like that, super confident, can be brutally honest, can roast people really bad. Also have multiple sides to them. They're also the rock. They're also super caring, super generous, and loyal, and empathetic, and compassionate. You don't have to be one thing.
I just love you a lot, a lot, a lot. And I'm always gonna care about you so much. Like, you're so fragile in my mind. I just want to put you in a bunch of bubble wrap. I'm like, I want to protect Annie from everything. Don't say one mean thing about her. It's Annie. I just love you a lot, and you mean a lot to me, and I hope that you're always happy because you deserve to be happy. I want you to be happy.
So I think that's one of my favorite things about her. Number 2, her amazing voice. She has a range that's insane. Like,
Take me back to the night we met. Like a skyscraper. I hope you're somewhere praying.
but she's amazing. The stuff she does, I don't know what it is technically. I have very little knowledge when it comes to musical and vocal theory. Not at all helpful in that department. She has an amazing voice. She has this way of super rich and warm, but also hitting extremely high notes.
Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. But nothing ever stops you leaving.
What she does with flips, I don't know what they're called, but it's switches.
The funny, yeah.
I think it's between your head and your chest voice or something. I really have no idea. If you're a vocal coach, you know anything about voice, correct me, educate me. I have no idea. But anyway, she can do amazing things with her voice. She has an amazing voice.
Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. You've been through, God only knows what they say about you. God only knows how it's killing you, but there's a kind of love that God only knows.
You think that someone who is so confident now or comes across super confident just never has struggled with self-confidence or anything like that. She has. She has had a lot of struggles and still kind of does with self-esteem.
Here I am looking super skinny and I wasn't happy with it. Here I am looking a little thicker and I wasn't happy with it. It doesn't really matter what I am. There's a deeper problem here of just me not being able to accept myself, period. I realized that I just had low self-esteem. Once I realized my body wasn't the problem, I was just like, all right, I'm not gonna stress about this anymore. But then I had to go deeper and be like, okay, so the real problem is I just think that I am worthless as a person. Great.
And she had this whole arc and journey of thinking she was worthless, that she was basically only an object in her mind, that she was only She was aspiring only to be beautiful, and if she wasn't gorgeous, if she wasn't hot, then she was nothing, and she was an object in her mind. So that's what led her to shave her head, actually, after going from like extremely long hair.
I saw myself with a buzz cut, which at the time I was like, I can't buzz my hair. And then I was listening to my phone, and this girl came up on the song I was listening to, and she had a pixie cut, and I was like, I could start there. And I literally, it was Tuesday, and on Saturday, I cut off all my hair.
To now more of her iconic short hair. All of the struggles she went through with her like mental health and depression and self-worth issues, and I feel like that's really amazing to talk about. I think everybody struggles with it, so to have someone who's a public figure talk about it, or to get real about how much they struggled, I think is great. Okay, so after going through so much, her life was kind of getting better. She found this great guy, they started dating, got married in 2020. His name's Chad Gilbert, and he's actually part of a band too. She had finally found the one, and they got married. They had a kid in like summer of 21, Lily, and their life was finally, I guess not perfect, but it was really good. Then they hit a wall in December of 21. He didn't wake up, and they had been trying to figure out what was wrong with his blood pressure and stuff, because he'd been acting really weird and he had to get off tour for it. And then he didn't wake up one day. She had to perform CPR, call 911, and they found out he has a massive tumor. And that obviously shook her world. And the strength she had through it was insane.
I like got to see him for a second, and then went down with him to anesthesia, and then he was like, okay, bye. And I was like, oh my god. And then I walked out, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even really say goodbye. Like, what if he dies in there? What if that's the last time I saw him?
Gosh.
Like, I didn't really say anything. What I did the whole time was like, I'm gonna go buy him a gift because I'm gonna see him after this. Like, I have to tell myself that. I'm gonna write him notes in the bathroom mirror when I come home, because he's gonna read them. Like, I'm not gonna be taking these off and throwing them away one day. I'm doing these actions because they have a meaning, and they convince me and help him, and like all of that.
Just mentally to think, after you go through all of that with yourself, and then your life finally gets good, I guess, and then to plummet. I mean, you finally find the guy, you start a family, just to have him almost die multiple times on the way to surgery is crushing. So the strength she had is wow. He finally was cleared of cancer-free, just to have it come back this summer. So I think he's actually in his last rounds of radiation, if I have done my research right. So if I'm wrong, guys, Cimorelli fans out there, I'm sorry, I've tried. The strength and just how inspiring she's been through it all, and how she's been a rock to her family is, yeah, it's wow. Also, how much she's grown and changed as a person after becoming a mom.
It'd be like existential crises where I was like,
That makes sense.
we're all gonna die one day. I'd be in the shower and I'd listen to You're the Only One I'll Ever Love and think about Lily, and I was like, like one day we're not gonna be together anymore. It's
That
like
is such a thing.
emotional.
Once you
Oh my
have,
gosh.
once you
So yeah, that was the story of Lisa Cimorelli. I hope you enjoyed it. If you kind of like this kind of video, I'm thinking about doing a series of them. So go comment below who you'd like to see me do next. I have a couple ideas, but if you enjoy this, please like and subscribe and show support for it. Share with your friends. If you're into Cimorelli and Lisa, especially, go show some love in the comments. And also, when did you find them? Have you ever listened to them? When did you become a fan of them? That type of thing, let me know. I just became a fan a couple weeks ago, so I'm really new. But they've been going for, I think, 15 years now or something, so I'm a little bit behind. Yeah, if you like this type of video, smash that like and subscribe. And if you have ideas for who you'd like to see next, comment below. And thank you for watching. This is Liz, and you're watching Liz's Studio. Cimorelli. They also do a variety of other content, including a podcast that's amazing. So if you're into like self-development and like coaching and just funny stories in general, check out their podcast. I'm gonna have links to Lisa's Instagram, her YouTube, and their YouTube in the description below, so you can go check them out after the video.
If you want to go up in life, right? Everyone's like, I just want to be happy. I don't want to be sad anymore, blah, blah, or I don't know.
Okay.
You want to go up, you need to go down, okay? You need to sometimes in order to get into the light, you need to go through the darkness, okay? Awkward phase, and you're just unsure of yourself, you know. You will come out. It was like, I was relieved at how dark I was feeling, as I was like, wow, I'm onto something here. I'm in touch right now. Like, after I get through everything that I'm feeling right now, I'm actually going to be happy. I'm not just going to be fine. I need to stop avoiding it and just dive into the depths. Once you go down, then you're able to come up.